So what are the general predictor who actually experience these kind of symptoms? They are younger age of onset, lower level of educations, female gender, having only one child, history of psychiatric illness, greater loss of income, and if they have physical comorbidities like diabetic, hypertension, or pulmonary disease. So, what are the clinical intervention psychologically available for them? First and most foremost thing is do a psychoeducation. What actually we do in psychoeducation is you tell about what is incubation period, what are the probable signs and symptoms they may face in future if at different stage of illness they will go through. What is the general course of infection? What is the general outcome of infection? What is the treatment options available? What are the general prognostic factor? If any advanced directive they want to give or any individual concern they have, they can that it's covered in psychoeducation. What are general psychological intervention available? For anxiety and stress, they simply can do relaxation training and positive reinforcement. If their depression is there, supportive psychotherapy or cognitive psychotherapy is very helpful. For adjustment disorder, individual therapy and cognitive therapy is very helpful. Dissociative disorder, just supportive psychotherapy is enough. For post-traumatic stress disorder, both cognitive behavior therapy and eye movement desensitization and reprocessing treatment is a very effective. Somatoform disorder, biofeedback therapy or aerobic exercise is also enough for them. And very common problem, insomnia. They can practice sleep hygiene, stimulation control therapy, and relaxation technique is there. These terms are little complicated, and because of the constraint of time, I cannot explain. But these are psychological intervention that is very helpful with those patients who are having different kind of illness. I'm not talking about other psychiatric disorder, for example, bipolar disorder, for example, schizophrenia, for example, OCD, that patient may have. They require specialized treatment. The current and simple pharmacotherapy that can be given, and they are, we should keeping in mind that treatment for COVID-19 can increase QT interval in the patient. So we should give a medicine that should not increase QT interval, and in that way, the choice of drug could be for any anti disorder, paroxetine and then desvenlafaxine is very good choice. For depression, escitalopram and sertraline is very good. Post-traumatic stress disorder, paroxetine and sertraline can be a good option. For somatoform disorder, amitriptyline and duloxetine are the drug of choice. For panic disorder, paroxetine, and for insomnia, zolpidem and gelapalone are enough to taking care of this insomnia. So this is for a person who is not terminally ill. What we should do if a person is definitely going to die? If a healthcare worker is around, they should help them to ventilate. They should help them to express their feeling about their life, about their past, about their family, whatever they want to talk, let them talk. Help them to take care of unfinished work. If possible, nowadays electronic media is there. Unfinished business, for example, for families, for their business, for their many things that is unfinished, they can do over if it is possible through electronic media. Help them to enjoy their past. They should not regret before death. They should not regret that their life was misery. They should enjoy that they have done good job in many aspects of good job in their life. They should think about it. Help them to connect with near and dear one before they die. Help them to worry less about loved one. And the last one and very important one is a health worker should encourage them to say goodbye before they die. What is the general impact of isolation? Psychological impact of quarantine, if you see, it is not very severe, but many people suffer from acute stress disorder, exhaustion, detachment, anxiety, irritability, insomnia, depression, PTSD, poor concentration, indecisiveness, reluctance to work. Even people resign, avoidance behavior, and people do take substance, for example, smoking and all. This kind of behavior have been observed. The major stressor during quarantine is duration of quarantine. It is usually more than 15 days, so it is very stressful for them. Fear of infection for others, particularly for their family members. Frustration of boredom, particularly confinement, loss of usual routine, reduced social contact with others, inadequate supplies for their basic needs, for example, food, water, and cloth, and accommodation. These are a stressor. And the important thing is inadequate information about a clear guideline about action to take. So that is another stressor. The post quarantine stressor are financial or job loss, rejection from people in their local neighborhood. So what we can do to mitigate the consequence of a quarantine are keep it as short as possible, give people as much information as possible, provide adequate supplies, reduce burden and improve the communication. Healthcare workers deserve special attention because they may feel isolation, and help them to understand that quarantine is helping to keep others safe. So coping with stress of lockdown, how we can cope is talk with people you trust and help, particularly friends, family members. Maintain healthy lifestyle, proper diet, sleep, exercise, and connect to each others. Avoid smoking and other substance use. If you are feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, better to talk with health workers. Get the fact about COVID-19 from the Saudi government side or WHO side. Avoid to watch or listen media that covers the news that is upsetting, and use a skill that help you in the past to overcome the stress. What are the techniques to cope with the stress? Now, certain techniques are very promising. For example, exercise to increase positive feeling, performing act of kindness, writing a gratitude letter, positive reframing, counting our blessing from the God, exercise to develop talent and strategies, exercise to increase engagement. For example, developing a new